Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to talk to you about the 5 things that you need to look out for when hiring a paid media manager or agency. These are the 5 things that I do with my clients that I feel set me apart, but even if you don't work with me per se, when you're shopping around for an agency, you really need to think about whether or not they're doing just the basics or they're really going above and beyond to turn over every stone to get you the best results. So now let's jump right into it. The first thing that you want to be looking out for is whether or not the agency or person understands marketing. And this might sound ridiculous, but the truth is that 99% of paid media managers, I'll go online, I'll see them posting things about, oh, smart bidding this, or how to structure a campaign, or how to do creative and all these different things, kind of regurgitating things that they've seen other people post, but fundamentally they don't understand marketing. They don't understand market segmentation, for example, or what a unique selling proposition is, or what that even means. So make sure you ask that paid media agency or manager, what do they understand about marketing? What will the marketing strategy actually be? Here's one question you can ask. You can ask them, what do they know about fragmentation versus segmentation? Okay, and the truth is, the funny thing about this question is it's the same thing. It's just that segmentation is a fundamental marketing concept. It means that you're bucketing out users into different segments, and they're targeting those segments based on those specific characteristics of that segment. It's an avatar, if you will. So you're creating creative landing pages targeting around that segment. Now this is versus fragmentation. Fragmentation is a term that the ad platform came up with to demonize the concept of segmentation. And that may sound a little hokey and weird, but it's the truth. The word fragmentation was not created by marketers. It was not created by people who understand web psychology. It was created by people who have an agenda to make you not want to bucket out those users, because you see, the ad platform wants you to consolidate everything into one bucket so you don't have visibility into what's working, so that they can sell you all of their garbage inventory along with the better inventory. Okay, so these are questions you can ask. The second thing you can ask is, what AI features are you using in the ad platform? And you may think that, well, you want them to use all of them. And actually right now you don't. And the reason is because a lot of these AI features and tools butcher the ads. For example, in Meta, when you turn on the different AI enhancements, so to speak, what ends up happening is that your ads end up looking like trash. Okay, I see this all the time where people have, for example, the CTA overlays turned on, and then the overlay goes over your captions, goes over different features on your ad that you put in during post-production. So now it looks like a mess. 9 times out of 10, most advertisers have their Meta ads looking like garbage these days because they don't preview the ad, and they have the AI features turned on, and so the AI butchers the ad. Okay, this is why a lot of advertisers are complaining. One of the reasons why advertisers are complaining that the results are going down, because they've drunken all the Kool-Aid and they're not using their brain, okay, to balance things out. Yes, you want to adopt AI, you want to be future thinking, you want to stay ahead of the curve, but it doesn't mean you just throw the baby out with the bathwater and start doing everything the platform wants you to do, right? Because sometimes the platform might do something that's in their best interest and not yours. Oh my God. Believe it or not, that actually happens. Oh yeah, there's a reason why Mark Zuckerberg has like a $7 billion yacht, okay? So how do you think he pays for that yacht? Do you think he's paying for it because he's a philanthropist here? No, he's taking your money as much as he possibly can, okay? If he could squeeze another dollar out of you as an advertiser, he's going to do it, okay? So these are the things we have to use our brain a little bit. The third thing you have to ask is, how are you addressing the whole user journey, okay? You know, a lot of people, they like to just put out cold advertising, okay, without thinking about the different funnel stages. How are you going to retarget those users, okay? Are you in an industry where there's a longer consideration cycle, okay? Yeah, maybe if you're an emergency plumber, people are not thinking about things for the next 3 months. They're just calling who has the best reviews. But if you are in a business where it's higher consideration cycle, longer sales cycle, those people need to see your advertising multiple times and in different angles and different ways. Okay, they need to see things like proof, testimonials, things like that. Okay, how is your marketer, your agency, going to address that? Okay, these are things you want to ask. Next, you need to ask about post-click. All right, what are they doing with your landing pages? Are they creating pages? Are they A/B testing pages? Or are they advising you on the pages that you have? Okay, sometimes with me, with my clients, they have a dev team, okay? They don't want me to create pages for them, but they want advice and guidance on how to recalibrate those pages so they convert the best, because a poor converting landing page can make or break your campaign, okay? It doesn't matter how good you are as a media buyer or how delicious your secret sauce is that you're going to put on the campaigns. It doesn't matter if your landing page experience sucks, all right? So these are things you have to, keep in mind. And you want an agency that understands how to calibrate the post-click user experience. And the last thing you need to ask is about the process. What is their media buying process look like? Sorry, the sun is like making the video weird here. But what is the process going to look like? See, most agencies don't actually have a process. So that's why there's this whole thing about setting and forgetting that, a lot of agencies have a bad reputation for this, because a lot of agencies do just that. They set and forget your account, okay? They don't even understand. A lot of them do this because they don't understand how to optimize. It may be like an SEO company that suddenly decided to do PPC, and they gave to one of their managers, here, start managing PPC, but they don't know how, so they just leave it, and they just, they look at the Google recommendations or they look up YouTube videos and how to do things, and they just don't get it. Or other agencies, they do know what to do, but they just don't because they have too many clients, okay? Or too many shifting priorities, okay? So they're not in there. Or a lot of agencies, they may know what to do per se, but they don't have a process. They're not doing split testing. They're not doing negative keywords. They're not managing your budgets. They're not doing these things on a regular basis. There's no ongoing process for this. And so your account suffers because of it, all right? So these are the questions you need to ask, guys. That way you don't get screwed, and I don't want to see you guys get screwed, all right? There's a lot of agencies out there that they're very good at sales, okay? There's a lot of people and agencies, they'll woo you with really solid presentations, and admittedly, I'm not the best with sales. I mean, I'll get on call with clients, and I know I don't get clients sometimes just because I don't have the silver spoon in my mouth, and I don't understand. I'm just not as good at sales. I'm good with the campaigns. I'm just not as good at sales. So anyway, whatever. I guess I got to take some sales training, but that's besides the point. The truth of the matter is that what really matters is what's going to happen after you engage with that agency or that consultant or freelancer or what have you. Okay, what is going to actually occur? And some people are very good at, that initial sales call, but they're not good at the actual implementation. Or if you're talking to a salesperson, they'll tell you what you want to hear, and in reality, they'll hand you off to a really junior person, and things just slip through the cracks. Or you know, or like I said, you know, they'll hand you off to somebody who has too many shifting priorities, or has too many clients, or whatever the case is, and then you don't get the results. So make sure you ask the right questions, guys, and I'll see you on the next video.